Hey Sagittarius, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. So guys, I've decided for this month I'm going to do a part 1 and part 2. We'll see how that goes. And please comment below if you like this way. Basically part 1 is going to be the main read, and then part 2 we're going to look into crossing energies over that reading. So please do check out part 2 after this. I am kind of really loving how they're flowing. So check it out, see what you think. It kind of does give that extra to the reading. So let's see what's in store. I'm using 3 decks, and that card's for you. I will try and remember to put them in the description below. You have had these fall out for you. I'll try and remember, but I always tend to forget. I don't remember the names. I'm not good with names. I am good with faces. So you have to bear with me with names of things, even things like tarot cards. But these ones that I'm using are the first ones that I got bought for me, and then the ones I got for Christmas off my mum actually. Next deck, I'm alternating between 2 main decks, and then my Archangel Michael are here to offer you some additional guidance around the energy that we have come forward. I'm going to put that one with that one. Okay, so let's begin. We start off with the Magician. This is a really great card to start off with. So the Magician, he creates things. He's magical. He can create whatever it is that he desires. He has the tools laid out him on the table, which means the tools you have before you, you are able to craft and kind of manipulate life into the way that you want it to be. So anything that's not in alignment, you are just able to change that during this time. You're kind of in this energy of where you have magic at your fingertips. You really can carve the way forward yourself, and I feel the power within you. It feels like it's within your spirit, and that this is a really great time, April, for you to ignite your passion and kind of channel the passion in a really positive way. This is the vibe I'm getting from this Magician. I am getting that whatever you put your mind to, it will be very successful. It will be, you will reap the rewards from it. I'm kind of loving this, like, as the first card, Sagittarius. That's like one of the most amazing kind of vibes I can feel at the beginning of a reading. We usually start off pretty sad. You start off kind of low, and then it's like, okay, but look, you're putting in the work and the month's going to be good, but you're starting off with a high. So I'm kind of loving that. Okay, so next we have 8 of Swords reverse. So I do feel that there are aspects of your situation that are hidden for you, but with this coming after you being the kind of one who can create the life you have, I kind of feel like the hidden aspects, I don't feel like it feels negative towards you. It just feels that there's unknown ahead of you, kind of like an adventure vibe. So the 8 of Swords can typically be in there's something you're not seeing, but I'm really not getting that vibe here. I'm kind of getting even though you are creating something, you can't foresee that what's coming, if that makes sense. I feel like you're in this really kind of creative space right now, but don't try and look too far ahead, because I feel like you just won't be able to. Whatever's coming your way, it is designed to be kind of like a nice surprise is how this feels. And this is followed by the Star, and Star energy is dare to dream energy. It is a revealing of secrets too. So for some of you Sagittarius, with these 2 cards in this position, it can mean that something will be revealed, secrets will no longer be hidden, or you'll see something, that you weren't seeing before. However, I really am not getting that vibe really strongly, but no, just take note of that, that could be the energy that some of you are experiencing during this time. And when I do the crossing energies, I feel like you would get a little bit more insight into that aspect as well in relation to you carving your way forward. Anyway, so the Star energy, I'm getting dare to dream, and I kind of want you to be playful. We have literally the Moon afterwards, and again, even the Moon energy is kind of something secretive. So the Star is more on the kind of reaching for the stars vibe, and the Moon is a mysterious going within, and I kind of just think like with all these 3 combined, I really feel like you can dare to dream, and this is a time of daydreaming for you. This is time for wishing, creating a goal that is going to work best for you is what I want to say. I kind of like feel like you can literally dream up any possible future, any possible outcome, and work towards it. Like this is optimum time for you to do that. With the Magician being the first card above all of these, it's kind of like that you can do it. You can create what you desire. And so they're advising and urging you to go into the unknown, to dare to dream, dare to create from your own hands, with your own mind, your own intention for you personally. And yeah, the dare to dream, dare to jump into the unknown. I kind of get this sense as well with this imagery with the moon. So obviously tarot has multi-layers of meanings per cards, and I am an intuitive reader, which means it's how the card calls to me is how it gets to me. And I'm really seeing, the dare to dream is more like, I see like you are this black cat, and then looking into the underwaters, you have a panther. It's this, on the outside you look like this cute cuddly cat, but deep within, you are confident, you are powerful. There's a power beneath the surface, and I feel like this is you exploring that. You can explore that, and you can allow that panther to be on the surface during this time. I really feel like embracing that bigger self, stop squashing yourself is kind of the vibe. I'm going to pull a couple of Archangel Michaels now with that column, because I really feel like that would be beneficial. There's two cards. Firstly, what should be seen is this one. It is reversed, pay attention. Okay, the situation is already resolved, which means if there are anything behind the scenes which is niggling at you, don't worry and stress about it anymore. It is resolved, it is gone. That to me indicates with the meaning of something being hidden and being revealed to you. It's just kind of something that's been done, it's over with, and I do get this sense of brushing it away, no longer needing to face it, but it does bring things to the surface. I would love to get onto these crossing energies for that already. Honor and trust your feelings. So again, trust in yourself, and I really do get this sense of you being a power here, you really coming into your power. With this honor and trust your feelings, it's saying trust in your intuition, trust what you know, and go with your gut, go what you believe. So don't allow others to influence you during this time, because this whole column to me is literally saying that you are able to be in control, you're being guided to be in control, and you're being told to trust in yourself. So the top card in the second column is Ten of Cups. This is a great time for kind of everything coming together. So this card can represent family time, social beings, like the card itself on this. It's, it's camping around a fire, our cups are full, we are with friends and family, enjoying the view. And this is kind of like, to me, that by allowing yourself to dream and go for what you wish for, you're kind of heading towards that reward. That's what this is signifying to me. It's a time of reward. It is a time for embracing social times. There could even be a celebration. Actually, it's sort of coming through to me right now, and that there could be a celebration, whether it be a birthday or something between friends. I just feel like there is a celebration for you this month, that this is insinuating something. I do feel like with that card, because it's niggling at me or something, is be wary of somebody. This could be what's niggling of something coming to the surface. It could be that there's someone there gossiping, or someone there with ill intentions. I feel like they don't deserve your attention, but as a Sagittarius, my daughter's Sagittarius, and as a Sagittarius I feel like you feel things wholeheartedly a lot, so when somebody has a negative opinion, that can really affect you, and affect you quite deeply. And I think that's what I'm getting with this previous column as well, is just kind of brush it away, like it is not relevant for you, and you need to come into your own and realize that you're not only this cute pussycat that people can think they can walk all over. You're actually this big black panther that nobody can walk all over, and I want that attitude for you. I really feel like that is the attitude you should be embodying right now, instead of your kindness, your warmth, and that kind of vibe of, and I feel like this is the thing with the party, it feels warm and inviting and loving, and I feel like that is literally your essence here, and there's somebody who is obviously envious within that, so yeah, look out for envy as well. Anyway, the next card is Queen of Wands reversed. Now again, with this card, and this is how I've read it, I think in a previous reading for April, That's how I'm seeing it for you as well, is that this is the energy you should be embodying. And that is by just embracing you and nurturing yourself. I feel like this is about yourself. This is not about nurturing others. It's not about putting others before yourself. It's about taking care of your needs and ensuring that, you know, how I read this a lot, this is how I have read it during this time, is that this cat is kind of like your shadow self. This is your low vibing energy. Now we all have it and we have to live with it because it's an aspect of ourselves. You can never have toxic positivity where there's literally no darkness within you. Like that is the darkness, the shadow energy is what helps us to kind of know right from wrong. We know what's good and bad. We know that if we touch fire, that it's going to burn us, because these are lessons that we've learned. And that is what your shadow self is. That is what our inner child is, and it's all the same. It's trauma that we carry with us that we have to. Now we can carry it with us toxically, you know what I mean, and that not be a very good influence for us, or we can nurture it and understand it. We understand that it has its place within us and it's within our arms. We nurture that, and we do not allow it to surround us, to be our embodiment. It's outside of ourselves, just like a shadow. And I kind of want to put that analogy forward as well. It's understanding that, like with any inanimate object, with all things, shadow is always there. It's always present, you know? So when the sun is shining, so there's plenty of light filter, the shadow is prominent, it's there, you see it. It's not the entity itself, it's just a reflection, an echo of it, right? That's what our shadow is. But when the clouds are over, there's no longer a shadow that's visible. It surrounds it, it embodies. So sometimes when our life gets cloudy and we're low vibing and it's stormy, you know, we allow ourselves to embody that darkness, that shadow. And I think that's a good way of actually separating ourselves from our shadow self and seeing it for what it is. It's wisdom. It is something that is an echo of who we are, not who we are. Never embody your shadow if you're conscious of it. Of course, we all go through stages where we will allow it to consume us. That's part of our journey. It's part of our learning. And again, the building up of that wisdom in which we can embrace. Okay. So what I'm saying is that's not an energy where you are as such. This is the guidance. You are being guided to embody that energy, embody the wisdom that you learn from these people. So if there is somebody who is overshadowing or bringing you some kind of toxicness towards you, I want you to remember who you are, and their words are part of your wisdom bank. They're part of your journey, but that's not their journey. It's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Their problem, not yours. And I definitely get this sense of wise wisdom. And so I do want you to understand that that embodiment is within you. That is who you are. And it is I want to say that it is really something to be so kind-hearted and so loving that other people are envious of it as well. So kind of own that. Okay, next is Page of Swords. So this is, to me, this is you actually doing that. The Page of Swords is naively stepping forward. And when I say naive, I don't mean in a negative way. I mean as in coming from a place that doesn't fully understand his place in his world, but he's willing to learn. He's willing to put in the effort. He's willing to take on all challenges. And this is where I see you. There's eyes on this imagery that's really drawing me in. And I feel like this is you willing to tackle any challenging negative thoughts. So I feel like even though this is here, with you being the magician, you're in this really great space to be able to take control and to be able to kind of battle those demons within yourself. And the demons are the taking on someone else's words and taking them on as actual gospel, as truth. For example, if someone then comes and turns around and says, God, you're always so sensitive. And then you go, you know what, I am sensitive. I cry at every littlest thing. And it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. It must suck to be my friend or just even be one of the people supporting me because I always have to lean on others. Like you're making their word be true. When no. Yes, you may be a sensitive soul, but that means you feel things wholeheartedly. It means you take on what others say and process it in a way that so kind of has this innocence to it as well when we're for very sensitive people. And it has an innocence to it that's like no matter how many people throw words, it still hurts the same. And I kind of think that's like something to be in awe with, because when we build up walls and barriers to protect ourselves, that's really toxic. So in order to stay sensitive, in order to stay that kind of innocent person that we all should be trying to embody, we all should be affected easily by others' words, in the sense of when someone says something cruel, we should see the injustice in that. And I say this not in a, like, that sounds kind of like a crazy mixed up guidance, but I say it as from a place of like, at the end of the day, if we all felt things so easily, maybe we'd be more conscious and be nicer to each other. Maybe we would understand people more. But people build up these blocks and get a tough skin, and when you have a tough skin, you allow people to walk all over you more because it doesn't affect you. Somebody can say racist things to you and it wouldn't affect you because you've heard it all before. You've built up that level of endurance over meanness. You know what I mean? Over it's not right, it's not justified or anything, but you can kind of protect yourself in that energy. And I feel like you are ready here to embrace that kind of sensitivity, and I want you to see that as an armor as well, like as in, when I say as an armor, not something to shield yourself with, but as a tool that you use to just be a bigger and better person, because it does do that for you. And that's what I'm vibing here for, that is that it helps you to stay being compassionate to others. It makes you be a good person because you're not being mean. And this is the kind of vibe that I'm feeling here, is that you are in the right here. So I kind of want you to assess the situation, apply it to yours. Obviously everybody's situations are going to be different, but apply it to your situation where it goes. But it's a sense of you actually being in the right here, and I feel this righteousness, but as I say, prior to this is that Queen of Wands. I feel that you need to embody that. It's like a reminder to embody it, because you are right. And that's weird to say, and that's what I'm feeling. So take that as you will. Yeah, definitely again. So we have Page of Swords, and then we have Knight of Swords. So this really is a time for you to be taking action. It's time for you to tackle and challenging thoughts, for sure. That vibe is here. But it's directional. This feels like it's moving with a purpose, flowing in some way. You're going from a page to a knight, so you are evolving within this. And so it kind of goes forward. The page goes forward ready and eager to learn. And then the knight, he knows what to do. He's there to serve and protect. And this is what I kind of get this sense of you coming into your own compassion, because I feel like you understand the innocence. It's kind of like a butterfly effect. Now, a butterfly can signal new beginnings as well, and I definitely get this being like a shift within yourself. It's not like a turning of a, well, yeah, it is like a turning of a page, as I say that actually, but not like a new beginning, a new chapter. This is kind of like revelationally, where you can turn the next page because you're like, penny dropped. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here from this. This is really interesting read how I'm reading these. This is, as I say, I am intuitive reading, but how I'm reading these is very much kind of differently, I feel. So I'm actually loving it. Let go of fear now. That comes with the Queen of Wands. I was getting that energy. So go forward confidently. Let go of fear now kind of means have no worries around this. It gives me that kind of boost to say that you are probably right in this situation. It gives me that boost to say that you can go forward and tackle whatever it is. Like, you can go forward fearlessly. It's the right path. It's that kind of card vibe. Positive thoughts create positive results. And again, I want you to remember that what other people think, don't let that reflect on you. I feel like this is a theme here, and like I said, and actually with that positive thoughts create positive vibes, it is very much mirroring the parallel card of the star, the same kind of colours in her hand, kind of magic things coming from her hands. They are the vibing the same colours from the positive thoughts. And this is what I feel like, daring to dream, daring to move forward, and not allowing others to get in the way. This is very much vibing that. I get this sense of living colourfully, and rainbows are standing up for me. So pride things, LGBTQ, all that kind of vibes is here too. So perhaps if you are that way orientated, know that you are in the right, and be be that passionate, sensitive person, but don't allow the other thoughts of others to kind of get back on that. And that kind of injustice of people judging people, and that I was touching on with race, that's very much the way this feels. It feels like they're literally so obnoxious and arrogant and just closed-minded that you can literally brush their opinion away. Like, that kind of person's so toxic that they can't even realize that they're toxic to themselves, never mind absolutely everyone around them, and that their journey is going to be a lot harder than yours. Romance angels are helping you. So love is definitely a vibe I'm getting. Also in relationships, this is a great time for friendships. With that 10 of Cups as well, it's a coming together of people. So this could indicate a relationship as well. And it could be that people don't agree on your relationship, or there's some kind of aspect, dynamic that is not fully in alignment with other people's opinions. It does feel like it's a one person that is going to be an issue, and it just really feels like it's not an issue unless you let it be. However, I do feel like you will be sensitive to it, so again, remember that you're okay. It's okay to be sensitive because they're in the wrong. But yeah, you have a lot of love supporting you. And this comes in friends and family. I feel like because you are in the right and you are this, here I'm seeing you, being that angelic being in this scenario, because I just really feel like you are right. So if you have a situation where you're like, am I right, am I wrong? This is that nudge, like, I really feel like I'm telling you, you are right. And there's people around that who feel the same way, who will support you in this. And lean on those. Go to those people. Go to the parties that are filled of these people, and keep those people out of it. If that's in your control, if you are making this and creating this situation, as in creating this party, creating this gathering of friends, make sure those gathering of friends are like-minded people. And if that means not inviting a certain person, even though they are a big part of your life, don't invite that person. I would say that let go of this toxic person who would come up, or something, this toxic situation, but we'll see if that comes up during this reading or not. It's not here at the moment. Okay, 2 of Swords. Let's have a look. So I'm getting kind of the I'm getting the sense of achieving something, of something being successful for you. But again, over here, when I had multiple different vibes, a vibe that I'm vibing is that, and I keep saying vibing, so I apologize. A vibe that I'm vibing is that there's something you're not seeing, as in something you're aiming for, something you hope for, a goal, an aspiration, an achievement, something that you're heading towards. I feel like you cannot see this coming. As in, you're not allowed to see it coming. You need to go on the journey. You need to aim for it. That's what I'm getting with this 2 of Swords, is aim for it. Listen to your inner wisdom. Listen to your guides, your guidance around you. I really do feel like tune in. By that I mean, if you do read cards, even for yourself, do any form of divination, connect with your sources, connect your source to help guide you with any indecisions you have. I feel like that could be a great thing for you. I'm kind of getting that divine wisdom. If you are more religious, seek your religious guidance in that way. I feel like that kind of spiritual, religious kind of vibe can really help you on your journey forward, which is interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that card. I was just vibing. The cat's catching my eye, but she's not giving me anything. So we'll come back to that when we pull some extra cards. And perhaps in part 2. Okay, Knight of Swords is next. So you're going from the 2 of Swords to the Knight of Swords. So this, again, is charging forward. This is action. And you're doing that. You're kind of like, throughout this, to me, what it's doing anyway, is like you're kind of starting something but boosting straight ahead. So it kind of feels like it would be in your best interest to go forward. And I'm so, like, in this imagery I'll show you now, he is charging forward and he's kind of surrounded by all these birds. Now again, these to me are, when I read this card, it's kind of like it's all these are negative thoughts surrounding you, and it's you fighting through that. So be conscious of your mind frame. With the positive thoughts create positive results. This can come when easy way to go is into like our most natural way of thinking leads us towards that more negative. So it comes to say like, remember, you're creating your surroundings, because how we are thinking on the inside is what reflects on the outside. And sometimes being around someone who's really negative all the time, that is a good example of somebody who allows negative thoughts to kind of consume who they are. It really reflects on who they are when you're hanging around them. So be wary of that being a you thing as well. That if you allow the thoughts, and because I'm seeing birds as well, I do feel like these are other people's opinions coming in, and so be wary of that, but fight straight through it. These Knights of Swords is you directing and moving away from that. You are soaring through it, and your knife is in hand. You know, you have sword in hand. You're cutting that away. This is how I'm envisioning this for you. So you may not see a way forward, and perhaps this person or these people, the opinions, whoever they're attached to, there's something dominant. I do feel that they're quite an important person, either within your social circle or to you personally. And again, I kind of want to say religious. If you have a religious, a religion you're a part of, a religious kind of embodiment that you within, because I kind of get this sense of an institution of some way. So apply this to you if this does. I kind of get this sense of them not being right for you anymore, and to kind of move away from that or detach from it. It could just be that you need to go toward another, and this could be the thing, seeking religious guidance. Sometimes I do think I have seen with friends or people I've known in my life where they are part of a community, and that starts turning toxic because of opinions within certain religious institutions. You know, it could be as simple as literally changing church or changing your social circle around that. And it's hard because these people raised you or they helped you grow, but I'm really getting this sense of them not being actually of good to you, and not raising you up and helping you in a very enlightened faith kind of way. And to me, when you're surrounded by that, it actually gets you questioning your faith, which shouldn't be a thing. It should never be a thing that somebody else does that for you. There's always a reason for it, so I do feel like diving within, but that's your own spiritual journey. But definitely feel like that could be an aspect for some of you. But definitely seeking guidance within that, because in the Two of Swords, it's saying to seek guidance. And it could be as simple as sometimes when you go to guidance for someone and they give you incorrect guidance, trust in yourself and you can feel that vibe, and that will direct you in the way that you are supposed to go. Okay, so here I feel like we have the Fool card. Now, this is reverse, so if this was upright, I'd be like, take leaps, jump, take risks. I do feel like this is, you are taking controlled movements. I mean, we have swords. This is using our intellect, moving forward with purpose. So the Fool reverse to me is like not to rush into decisions, not to be rash with our decisions. Make logical, mindful decisions moving forward. Page of Pentacles is next. Actually, before I go into the Page of Pentacles, let me pull Archangel Michael card. I'm going to pull just one with this row, actually, I feel. You create this situation, you have the power to change it. So it's as simple as that. You can literally make a small change and it will help guide you in the right direction. That is what I'm feeling with this. I feel like you, again, with the Magician, this is giving me those vibes that you can paint this picture in any way that you want to. So that's really cool. Okay, actually, Page of Pentacles came out with Star, so we have the Star yet again. Now, it's reversed up here, and these cards, I do read a little bit differently, so let's see what that means for you. But you have two Star cards in here, which is interesting. It's Dare to Dream, it's Take the Leap into the Unknown as well. Especially with this one up here. So the Page of Pentacles reverse, again, I'm getting this sense of this is something that you should be doing. This is guidance towards, because the Page of Pentacles, again, coming after the Fool as well. It's all about going on adventures and taking leaps of kind of starting again from a more like learning journey. So instead of thinking you know everything, willing to take a step forward into the unknown, and I'm definitely getting that review coming into the unknown. So I feel like you may be feeling like things are uncertain with a decision you have to make, but it is saying to step into that unknown. And it does feel like here, with the way I'm looking at these cards, is by coming into the unknown, you will discover who you are and discover something great, actually. And it kind of feels like, I'll show you the imagery of the Star here. It is, I don't know if you'll see it because it sometimes focuses on me or whatever. There's an astronaut in space. Now he is looking down onto this, and to me this is miraculous. You know, when you're in the night sky and you can only imagine what they see when they're in that, it's miraculous. Like, this is otherworldly, godly, this is a miracle, and this is what I feel like this is the kind of revelation this is. Stepping onto the known is going to lead you towards unexpected futures. I feel like that's what it is. It's kind of just allowing yourself to be open to receiving something that's different, but it really gives me this vibe of being a good different. Like, this is something that you didn't even dare dream of, but you're going to, because you're in this dare to dream energy. So I'm loving that. Moving on from this, and I do feel like there's definitely a love vibe here for you, or a relationship. It feels kind of forbidden a little bit, and I think that would be that LGBTQ kind of vibe I'm getting through this as well for some of you that may be watching this. But in other ways, I just feel like it can be forbidden. So perhaps either you are not allowing yourself to have it for whatever reason. I can do another scenario where I can apply this to as well. For example, you know, you have children and there's somebody that you want to be with them. However, there's different dynamics, so you're kind of forbidding yourself from having it. It's that kind of vibe I'm getting here, that you are holding back from that love. But the thing is, like, it's leading you towards the Seven of Pentacles, and this is giving me curious abundance vibes. And I think, again, I'm getting that coming into the unknown. I'm loving this unknownness for you, and I know unknown is scary, and I know it's a vibe that nobody wants to step into the unknown. It's scary, it's new, you just don't know what's there. But kind of like, I want you to see the adventure in that. Sometimes we've kind of grown in a society where we like to try and predict our future. I mean, that's why you're here. You know, you want some insight into the future to move forward, and you want to see and know what's coming. And we have this fast pace where we have routines and we have appointments that are in advance, so we know when they're coming and we know to prepare for them, and we know to prepare. And now I have this sense of you just stop trying to prepare, stop trying to control things. Now you have the ability to create and you're being guided to do that, but don't try and control it. Try and manipulate the world into the world that you want, and i.e. actually actively do things that get you towards your goals. You know, like going out, socializing more with different people. If you want to surround yourself with different people, that's you manipulating your reality, because you're changing an aspect of yourself. Like, you are not going to meet new people if you continue to live your current reality and don't go anywhere new. It's very hard for somebody else to interject that path. It's not impossible, but it's not a faster way. And I feel like this is the whole point, is like, this year we are creating balance in our life, and it's sort of saying, look, if you want to achieve things, you're going to have to put in a bit of work. You're going to have to make changes. You're going to have to jump into the unknown, because you're not telling you everything. But she's content, she's happy, and it is, you know, she's behind the bush, peeking in. And again, I'm getting LGBTQ behind the bush. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of loving that, not gonna lie. But you know what I mean, there's all this flowers and florals, and this is indicating like the growing. This is not starting from a seed, this is flourishing. These flowers are being nurtured. This is you tending. You have one in your hair, like you are relishing in this abundance, in this prosperity, and that's what you're moving towards. And I would say, like, to me, how I'm reading the red sky is you moving away from negative thoughts, but away from tension, basically. With this, the tension's behind you, and in front of you is this nice calming green greenery. So I'll pull Archangel Michael cards for you guys, just to give you a little bit more advice in this column. Let's see. Okay, a favourable outcome, which is great. This means you're on the right path, and it really is. And that is the vibe I'm getting for you, is a favourable outcome. I cannot even exaggerate how much that this feels like it's good for you. Sense of humour. So look at things more light-hearted. So don't allow yourself to be shrouded and covered with negative thoughts. And this card does come to say that the person comes from a place of love. So sometimes when someone's being toxic around us, they're living their life, and their life is a completely different experience to yours. And even other people's opinions, while they are relevant to themselves and while they may be correct for themselves, they're not always correct and true for ourselves and the lives that we've lived. And you've got to realize that sometimes from their perspective, they don't realize the place they're coming from, or they don't understand your place. And that's what that card just kind of comes to say, is to look at things from everybody's perspective and know that they're not actually always coming from a place of hate. So sometimes someone's spreading hate. For example, I want to use this example. So for example, certain races can be racist to their own race. And I feel like that's kind of programmed within yourself and your societies you grow up in as well. And so you can't understand that person's coming from a place of hate when they're at that embodiment as well. This scenario feels relevant as well a little bit. So sometimes what a person spouts makes no sense why they even think that way. And it kind of can contradict with who they are on the outside or even on the inside, but they're spouting it at you. So see it from a different perspective. Look at it from that kind of view, that they are coming from this confused place of love and journey that they're on themselves. And hopefully one day maybe they might see things a little differently. But right now, this is not your garden. Don't tend to it. So guys, I hope you liked that. Please check out part 2 for the crossing energies. I'm really loving your readings. Fire signs are it for April. I'm kind of loving it. So yeah, check part 2 and I'll see you next month. Thank you guys.